So as usual, Huawei has gone a wee bit mental when it comes to launching fresh new tablets in 2025. And this latest slab, the updated MatePad 12X, sits just beneath the super premium MatePad Pro, boasting a slim metal design, bloody good battery life, and a glare-free screen that is perfect for watching moody telly shows about vampires on a suitably bright sunshiny day. So let's have us a wee gander at the Huawei MatePad 12X 2025, and for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe, ding the all notifications bell. Cheers! Now, probably not going to shock anyone when I tell you the MatePad 12X has a 12-inch display slathered across that front end, surrounded by pleasingly skinny bezels. And they seem to be completely symmetrical on all sides, got just about enough room in that top bezel to squirrel away that camera. No need for one of those nasty wee notches. Of course, the one thing that scares me about supremely skinny bezels is, will the display become completely unresponsive if my thumb accidentally strays a wee bit onto that panel? But thankfully, as you can see there, that's not the case. No issues there at all. And the MatePad 12X certainly has a premium vibe to it, which is appropriate. It's not a cheap tablet. It's an all-metal finish, weighs 555 grams, so reasonably lightweight for a 12-inch tablet, and supremely slender as well. It's a ladybird's chuff under 6mm thick. And Huawei has slapped what they call their pearlescent finish on the back end. It's lovely and smooth, but also highly resistive to fingerprints, scuffy, grimy, greasy nonsense. Gotta say, I really like the white model. It looks really nice and fresh and clean, but you can also grab the MatePad 12X with a greeny hue if you fancy. And no mention of an IP rating, sadly, unlike Samsung's Galaxy tablets, but it can get kind of moist without bulking up. Haven't been brave enough to fully submerge it in water or give it a thorough spraying though. And if you want to keep it in good nick, you can always get the official Huawei keyboard cover. It'll just help keep it under wraps when it's not in use, and also of course help prop it up and add a sort of laptop style configuration. Now, to unlock the Huawei MatePad 12X, it is a bit of face unlock. There's no fingerprint sensor on this thing, sadly. Good news is the face unlock seems pretty reliable, even in quite dark environments. No issues there, and it doesn't take too long to recognize your mug. And then once you're in there, you've got a good bit of HarmonyOS version 4. So I think we all know the deal by now. No Google services on this thing. You're reliant on Huawei's own apps and services. So for your apps, there's no Google Play Store. It's all the Huawei app gallery and all of its many interesting games, most of which would probably send Rockstar into a frothing rage, as they're basically piss-poor rip-offs of Grand Theft Auto. But if you can't find one of your favorites here on the app gallery, well, no worries, you've got the Petals search. You can use this to find APKs on the likes of APK Pure. Just make sure you absolutely take great care when you are downloading APKs. Make sure you only download from a trusted source. Ooh, risky investment, you say? Could be tempted. Problem is, I've already very much liquidized my assets. And thankfully, very little crapware stuffed on here to begin with. And as always, like some multitasking, super easy and straightforward. You can just drag and drop another app onto screen. Everything's pleasingly fluid and responsive, helped along by whichever Kirin chipset it is that's actually running the show. Of course, Huawei being rather secretive on that front, as usual. And of course, you can play the latest banging titles like Winter Next Bots, which I found on the Huawei app gallery. Okay, let's see what's the... I literally just walked forward and already straight into an ad. Brilliant. Oh my god, I can't even get off this roof because of all of the ads. Alright, let's try shooting this thing with my funky laser gun. I don't know what's going on here. Is this like glitching out or... Oh god, no, it's the skibbity toilet man again. And shooting him just seems to make him clone for some reason. Oh, you know what? I'm done. But of course, as usual with Huawei tablets, one of the mega highlights is that gorgeous 12-inch LCD PaperMatte display. Now sadly, this isn't OLED tech, unlike what you get with the MatePad Pro, but still respectable contrast and reasonably poppy colours. It's a 2800 by 1840 pixel resolution, so sharp enough to make your photos, your videos, etc. really shine. Got a bit of natural tone action for an easy on the eye experience. And while this LCD display isn't quite as bright as the MatePad Pros, it tops off at around 1000 nits. It's still ideal for outdoor use because if we just tilt it towards the studio lights here, you'll see there's practically zero glare so everything's still clearly visible, colors still reasonably accurate. And you've also got that textured surface as well, so it kind of feels like you're swiping across paper when you're playing with this thing. And it still gets a wee bit smudgy, but not too bad at all. So certainly for outdoors use, it's a bit of a banger. Oh, and the old refresh rate maxes out at 144 Hz. And the Huawei MatePad 12X 2025 sports a 6-speaker setup, quad woofers, dual tweeters. Let's just max out that volume. But a quarter of a century has certainly done nothing to improve my performances in that particular bloody game. So it's certainly beefy enough so you can happily sit there and watch a bit of YouTube, Netflix, whatever, even in the most raucous of households, even if you're busy cooking up a storm in the kitchen with kids screaming, screeching, singing Taylor Sodden Swift in the background, no worries. And absolutely bugger all issues with the internet connection as well. You got full Wi-Fi 7 support here. Although no love for eSIM, it is Wi-Fi all the way, otherwise got a bit of tethering, of course. Now, Huawei knows how to bang out a cracking tablet accessory, and the smart magnetic keyboard for the MatePad 12X is another winner. This, of course, keeps the MatePad safely under wraps when you're not using it. Then one quick unfurl later, and you're ready for action. You can only prop up the MatePad at 2 different angles, and they're not exactly vastly different, admittedly. But the actual keyboard bit, well sized, as you can see, there stretches pretty much edge to edge. Keys are well sized, even over here on the right end, the likes of the delete, the enter, the shift, they're not completely cramped and crushed up against that edge there. Cursor keys aren't terribly small. It's a responsive type in action. That key travel isn't too shallow despite the fact that it is just a keyboard cover, so I found I could hit some pretty good speeds when touch typing and reasonably accurate as well. But of course, don't expect any backlighting or anything like that. And apparently the Huawei MatePad 12X also supports Huawei's fresh new M Pencil Pro stylus, which offers more tactile feedback thanks to the built-in haptics and some sort of flashy star ring on the end to provide visual feedback. My Uncle Spurt does not have an M Pencil Pro to contest that wee bugger out. Now, squirreled away in the top bezel, then the Huawei MatePad 12X, you've got yourself an 8 megapixel selfie camera, which can't record you at 4K resolution, sadly. It does max out at full HD resolution, but as you can see, not too perturbed by strong contrast. Got the fierce studio lights that I demonstrated earlier. Right then, as you can see, I'm not like just a shadowy blob, basically. The mics do a pretty good job of picking up your voice, so it's fine for, a bit of video chatting or anything like that. What's quite confusing about the Huawei MatePad 12X is the fact you've got a 50 megapixel camera slapped on the back end there. Even though I'm still not entirely convinced that tablets need rear cameras at all. Someone once said that they shoot, photos of their documents, their letters and bills and stuff when they come in using their tablet, but 50 megapixels just to shoot a photo of your gas bill or whatever seems a bit extreme, and the picture quality isn't that fantastic anyway. When you're shooting video, it once again maxes out at full HD resolution. There's again no 4K option, and stabilization's not particularly good either, so I certainly wouldn't shoot any actual home movies with this thing. And respectable battery life from the Huawei MatePad 12X as well. The battery capacity just over 10,000 milliamp hours, and I do mean just over, it's like 10,100 or something. You'll certainly easily get all day play from this thing, even when multitasking, pissing about, streaming audio in the background, etc. You get roughly 14 hours of non-stop video playback, that is with the downloaded video. You can expect it to be cut in a wee bit if you are streaming. And mercifully, unlike tablets from the likes of Samsung, it does charge up reasonably nippily as well. You get a full 100% charge from a fully drained tablet in just under an hour and a half, courtesy of the 66 watt wired charging support. And there you have it, my lovelies. That in a tasty wee nutshell is the fresh new Huawei MatePad 12X 2025 edition. So let us know what you think down in the comments below. Please do poke, subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. I've reviewed plenty of other tablets in 2025. Let's go have a squint at TechSpert for all of that shenanigans. And make sure you have yourselves a bloody wonderful rest of the week. Cheers everybody, love you.